Good morning, friends. This morning session is dedicated to all language lovers, and in this series of spoken English, today we are discussing the spoken English in present perfect tense. First of all, the question asks, what is present perfect tense? Yes, when an action is completed or when an action has just been completed in the recent present or in the distant present, the action is said to be in the present perfect tense. Completed action. Whenever there is a completed action that is in present tense or in the present time, that is said to be in present perfect. When an action has just been completed, for example, we have completed spoken English in present continuous tense, spoken English in simple present tense. We have already completed these two parts. Now today we are doing spoken English in present perfect tense. The structure of present perfect tense is subject plus has have plus V3 plus subject plus complement. Like he has written a letter, he had just discussed the matter, the Prime Minister has addressed the assembly, the President has spoken to the Prime Minister, the people have already taken vaccination, the work has already been completed, she has already discussed the matter, she has prepared her lessons. Now the question arises, how can we initiate conversation in present perfect? Questioning as well as answer. Say for example, if you are talking to your teacher and student, they are discussing about board exams and preparation. So first of all, the question pattern will be has have plus subject plus V3, or V3 means past participle, like write, wrote, written. V3 be written will be used. So has have plus V3, has have plus subject plus V3 plus object plus complement plus question mark. And remember always past participle form of the verb will be used. And even in WH question, WH plus has have plus subject plus V3 plus object plus complement plus question mark. Remember, always remember that I, we, you and all plurals takes have, and only singular it, has, he, she, it, and any name they takes have. They take only has. So singular subject take third person has, like I have. First person always take have. We have, they have, all children have, everybody. Now it is singular, so has, he has, Raman has, Geeta has, all singular third person has, it has. Now let us converse in present perfect. Now the student just wants to know, sir, how to de-stress the exam tension. So the very first question the student asked to his teacher, well sir, how how have other children prepared for their board exam? The teacher said, well, they have prepared very comfortably and they have prepared subject by subject, part by part. Have you ever done the preparation part by part? The student will ask, well, I have prepared some of the subjects part by part, but I have yet to prepare some of the subject. Well, have you revised your mathematics lessons? Not sir, not yet. I haven't yet revised mathematics lesson. Well, have you read all the text lessons of English? Well sir, I have already read all the prose sections and now I have to just go through poetry section. Well, have you completed your science portion? Yes sir, I have completed 90% of my science portions, but I have yet to prepare 10%. Well, how have you prepared your maths lesson? Sir, I have solved conceptual questions based on NCERT textbook. Well, have you solved some of the typical questions? Not yet sir, I have been solving with sample paper, so I have to yet solve some of the typical questions. Well sir, how should I go for preparing the other subjects like Sanskrit and Hindi? Well, for Sanskrit and Hindi, read the text first. Well, reading the text will help you. Sir, then the teachers ask, why have you not read all the, lessons of science? Just read the NCERT book. Reading NCERT book will help you. Have you read subject concept by concept? No, sir, I haven't read concept by concept. I have taken some of the important board questions and I have revised them. Well, you can revise part by part. Just take the concept, one concept, and finish it, and then go for the second concept. So like that, the conversation goes on between teacher and now. In an interview, always question comes a candidate and the board members. So the board members ask the candidate, how long have you worked in a company? Well, sir, I have worked for 5 years. I have worked for 5 years. Oh, since when have you started preparing for this exam? Well, after I joined that company. Well, how much experience do you have working in this kind of job? Well, sir, I have 2 years experience working in this job. Have you ever thought of joining our corporate section or our corporate organizations? Yes, sir, I have a dream to join your corporate section. Why have you come to join our company? Well, I have heard a lot about your company. It's a highly reputed company and perhaps it is the highly paid company. Well, how much salary have you expected from us? Well, I have expected a reasonable salary from your company. Well, have you got any extra qualification? Yes, sir, I have done MBA other than BE. Well, that's nice. You have done a very good preparation. Have you ever lived in big cities, a metropolitan city? Yes, sir, I have lived in Delhi for 2 years when I worked there. So I have experience of living in a metropolitan cities. So see this kind of sentences, always has or have plus V3 has been used. So when have you started preparing for this exam? Well, I have started preparing for this exam since I completed my graduation and post graduation. Oh, have you ever thought of joining IAS exam or UPSC exam? Yes, sir, I have always dreamed of joining IAS exam. Have you ever prepared a special for IAS exam? Yes, I have prepared for IAS exam and I have appeared and I have qualified for preliminary test, the PT, and I have prepared for main exam also. I have scored better marks in main exam and rank nearest, but I haven't got the rank that I have desired for. So like that we can continue conversation in present perfect tense. Since when have you, like teacher and other, since what have you done, so far in teaching? Well, I have taught for 28 years in a government organization. What experience have you got teaching in a government organization, in a private organization? Well, the government organizations is a well planned organization and there is an opportunity to show your talent. So children are being taught very well, and so far as the private organization concerned, it is also a very good place where the talent of the children is superior, no doubt, but there is a little difference between the mindset of the children of the public schools and that of the government school. So have you ever have you ever experienced a change in the modern way of learning? Yes, online learning has become very popular these days, and I just believe that in the future also online is going to play a great role. So that is how we can continue conversation in present perfect and simple present and present continuous in that way, and we shall continue some of the. So the structure in present perfect is subject plus has, have plus V3 plus subject plus complement. Remember one thing, since and for are often used in present perfect. Like if a person asks you, how long have you stayed in your city? Well, you can say, I have stayed in this city since 1992. Well, have you ever visited Agra? Yes, I have visited Agra recently. Have you ever visited Gwalior? Yes, I have visited some of the, I mean, beautiful cities of Madhya Pradesh. Have you ever seen the Taj Mahal? Yes, I have seen the Taj Mahal when I visited Agra. Have you ever, you know, taught the children of public school? Yes, before joining the government school, I have taught in public school for 2 years. Since when have you been here? I have been here since 1992. Since when have you been teaching spoken English? I have been teaching spoken English for last 28 years. Since when have you been working in this organization? I have been working this organization since 1992. Like that, you can use since and for. He has worked for 2 hours. He has prepared for 3 hours. She has prepared for 5 hours. She has worked since morning. She has read this book since morning. How long have you worked on this project? I have worked on this project since 1992. Like that. So this is the way you can use spoken English in present perfect tense, and I'm sure you will be benefited with this conversation. This is Edising on the channel Easy English, your own channel.